I told our guys before the game, um, you know, I could tell you how this game was probably going to go. Not exactly, but like we played Georgia Tech 5 times now. We won in overtime down there. We played a rock fight game here last year, probably middle of the week, 9 p.m. game. We got up big in the conference tournament. They stormed back. They get up big at their place, and we storm back. I was like, this is going to be a close game, right? Because I think he's one of the best defensive scheme coaches in our league, maybe in the country, right? Like that was like his calling card in the NBA, even at Pacific. Like how his teams defend and guard and change and scheme and how he does things offensively. Like he's gonna make you work. He's gonna make you think. He's gonna make you do some stuff that's uncomfortable for you. But I'm proud of our guys because like this is a situation that we haven't been in. We've been in a lot of situations. We've been up big and people have came back and beat us. We've been down big and we stormed back. But we haven't been down the entire game and needed possession after possession after possession. And, they led for basically 37 minutes of the game. And our guys just stuck around, and just found a way to win at the end.
Stick around like that. How nice is it to put the ball in the hands of Markus Burton, let him go to work?
Yeah, I mean it's great. But he hits those 2 dagger threes because those other guys set him up. Right, that's the biggest thing. That's such a huge weapon. He's put so much work in that he's shooting the ball at a great level and he's shooting it confidently. But the difference between last year and this year, he's getting more catch and shoot threes. We got more people that are making plays for him. Instead, last year he had to have the ball, make plays for everybody else, and most of his threes were off the dribble and an occasional catch and shoot. Now, like, they're all catch and shoot threes and rhythm threes. And I thought Taze, drive to kick to him back for the 3. I thought Mush getting into the paint to the kick out for the 3. Those were huge. And, Markus played efficiently, and that's what he's been doing lately.
Like you said, like you haven't had a game like this where every possession going down the stretch was basically do or die, but you did it. You found a way to win. How do you spin that forward?
Yeah, it's just, everything's a learning experience for us, right? We talked about, we haven't always been great late game. But this is an opportunity for us. Like when you needed some buckets, like we had to get them. And then, had to get a stop. We had to get stops late when we needed them. And we had to get rebounds late when we needed them. So just more to just put in the bank of like, man, we can do this, right? We can do it. When we get to the next time, I talked so much last week about, our deficiencies as a group in clutch time. Last 5 minutes of a 5-point game. And like, here it was. Here's what we needed. Like, we got stops when we needed to. We got rebounds when we needed to. We got timely buckets when we needed to. We got to the free throw line. Like, those were big. And, that's all credit to our guys, right? Learning from previous situations of how we can be better.
Micah, coming out at halftime, you don't score for 5 minutes. I think Burton gets blocked like 3 times himself. Like, how does he as an individual and you guys as a team kind of stick through that and keep it a game long enough to the point where you can go on that run at the end?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we need to practice more at 9 p.m. and then practice more at 10 p.m. because I didn't think we started either half very well at all. I thought we were kind of sleepy and sleepwalking a little bit. So, but, with that, you kept looking at the clock or you kept looking at the score, right? It was 37-all, and you use a timeout, stuff happens, and you look, and it's like, all right, it's only 43-37. Like, we haven't been very good, but we haven't let them get away from us, right? Sometimes you come out of those halves, and it's a 10-0 run, 12-0 run, and now it's like, all right, now you got to use every bit of energy to come back. It was still right there for us, and it was still pretty manageable for us.
Micah, end of January, where do you see this team right now? What are you happy about this team going into February?
I think we're still growing. I think we're kind of learning like who we are and how we should play. We had some hard conversations after that Syracuse game leading into that week about who we need to be as a team, what we need from each player, like how we should play the game offensively and defensively. And I thought we responded well with how we played on the road the last one, and then coming back and following that up with the win was huge, right? Like it would have sucked like to lose all momentum from that win on Saturday if we couldn't pull this one out, right? But those guys kind of felt it, like it's like late in the game, and I had gotten on Kebba for not. I didn't think he sprinted back on a play, and they missed a layup, and they got the offensive rebound. I took him out, and I got on him. But when he went back in, probably played with unreal effort, and then at a timeout, he's just yelling at the guys to like, we want this. Like, we want this. And I thought that inspired them a little bit, like, because he's normally a pretty even-keeled guy, and he's a pretty, like, he'll talk defensively and everything else, but he's not a, like, super rah-rah guy in huddles. But I think when he did that, it's about 2.5 minutes probably left in the game. That was, like, huge for our guys to, like, man, they feel that, right? Like, Mush is usually that guy for us. And we're trying to push other guys and encourage other guys. Like, Braden and Markus are still quiet, but they're sophomores, right? They're good. They're really good players, but they're still finding out how to become leaders. And I think somebody else besides Mush stepping up and being that passionate about what needed to happen to win this game, I thought was a huge step for us.
Coach, how do these late wins prepare you for what's to come after these next 11 games once you get into the ACC tournament?
Yeah, I mean, just dog fights, right? Like that's what they are. Like figure out how to win, whether it's pretty, whether it's ugly. Winning's winning. Winning's better than losing. So like, figure it out. What does it take? What's needed? And let's do it. And I told our guys, we've had games, man, where like you look at the end and it's like, you have 4 guys maybe in double figures and you like get 0 from the bench. I said, we don't win this game without 16 from JR, Roper, and Nikita. Those are 16 huge buckets for us, 16 huge points from those guys. Like it took all of us to win that game, right? And Markus is going to get the glory, and he should, because he made huge plays down the stretch. But I thought JR in the first half, like, spurred us a little bit. Roper make a big 3. Roper getting a drive late and a little dump off, like, Nikita's offensive rebounds. I thought when he got that kind of put back and getting fouled, like, that kind of started our run, right? And, like, we don't win that game without those guys and their efforts and what they did tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, I got one more thing. This is like, I want to talk to you guys about humility, all right? This is great. I was just walking, I grabbed my phone so I don't have to go back to the locker room. And I got this text at 10:15. So obviously the game was still going. Whoever sent this, I appreciate you. Thank you for being cool. WTF, am I watching? Do you have any plays written up? Because holy S, your team is unorganized as hell. What are they paying you for? I'm glad it didn't have a name attached to it. But that right there, fellas, is a lesson in humility. As good as you feel, some people think you stink.
And you don't recognize the number?
What's that?
You don't recognize the number?
Get that phone number watch.
Change my number now.
I'm gonna be rude, but like, no, I'm joking.
What time's your class?
9:30.
Oh, it's plenty of time.
Nah, I need at least like 45 minutes before I get ready for class, so I can get like some cereal or something.
You need 45 minutes, but how much sleep do you need?
I need at least like
8 hours?
8 hours,
We're
so I can
MD
be feeling
students.
good. Actually, I have
You
a
know,
I have
8
a
hours?
presentation to do on Bob Marley tomorrow. So like,
At 9:30?
nah, at 11. So I'm pretty amped up for that.
Markus, what did you learn about this team in the last 5 minutes when down 7, you have no momentum, and you figure a way out?
It just shows who we really are. Honestly, I feel like there was times where we could have honestly just gave up and just let Georgia Tech continue to just beat us, but we stood what we stood on, and we just competed until the buzzer went off. So obviously, I just give kudos to my teammates for just fighting, but it was a hard fought game today.
How do you handle all the pressure that seems like it's on you late in the second half, where you've got to make every shot, you've got to create, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, and you just seem to deliver tonight the way you did?
I feel like pressure is a privilege. I feel like if it's not on me, then who else is gonna be on? And I feel like I can handle it, and I feel like I go out there and compete, and my teammates trust me, and my coaches trust me to play basketball. So that's what I feel like.
Marcus, did you know the shot that you finally hit with like 2:25 left in the game was the first time you guys had led in the game? Did you feel it off your hand? Did you think it was going in?
Oh yeah, I knew as soon as I shot it was going in.
Did you feel like if you guys ever got the lead, you would just keep it from that point forward?
Yeah, I feel like once we got the lead, all we needed was a few stops, and obviously down the stretch we got a lot of big stops. But like I said, like Georgia Tech played a great game. They were making a lot of big shots, so can't really do too much about that.
Kebba, kind of along those lines, like Georgia Tech didn't score from 5:35 to 13 seconds left in the game. Like, how are you guys able to lock in defensively while you went on the offensive front?
I mean, I think that we just like really locked in on our defensive end. I think that's all it was, man. Like we just really wanted to win at the end of the game, and we were saying in the huddle like all we need is just a couple stops and we're gonna score this ball, and then we're gonna have our game. So
Feels like the reverse of this game kind of played out a couple times for you guys earlier this season, where you're winning the whole game and then it's kind of stolen away from you at the end. Like, how good does it feel to come out on the other end this time?
oh, it feels amazing, man. I feel like that's like where we've grown as a team to be able to handle these late game situations. And so like, moving forward from now on, we can learn from this one and from our past experience as well. So
Marcus, how do you build on this? And then also, like, what is your Bob Marley presentation on?
First, we just got to continue to play basketball how we've been playing, continue trusting our work, and staying true to ourselves. And my Bob Marley presentation, it's just 3 minutes, just giving a rundown on. Like, how you gonna tell me? It's what, where, and when. Like any song, and I pick one of his songs. It's gonna be cool. I would record it, but nah, I ain't gonna do it.
What's the song?
Actually, it's his grandson, YG Marley,
Okay.
and you probably don't know that song. Not being rude, but like.
Good musical taste, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, my fault. My bad.
No, he doesn't.
Guys, how does this win, I guess, help you moving forward, going on the road for a couple of games?
It definitely helps a lot with just like our confidence level. I feel like early on we kind of lost it, and especially me once I got injured, it was kind of like I was kind of worried like if I was gonna come back the same. But like I said, we got great coaches that they trust us, they love us, and they put time in with us. So obviously this game right here shows us a lot what we can do. But obviously going on the road, we got a chance to play basketball, what we love to do, but we also get a chance to compete at a very high level.
Do you feel the same, or do you feel better, like you came back better?
I definitely feel like I came back a lot better.
Thank you guys.
Redemption song.
Redemption for sure.
Love those 9 o'clock starts.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.